Hello, my name is Dami, and this is the 11th episode of Ask Dami. Now, in this episode, I'm going to show you something very significant about how you can regain your confidence regardless of how shy, anxious, and nervous you are, and how you can become a person of excellence. Stay tuned. So last week we answered a very significant question along the lines of public speaking and gaining the confidence to be able to communicate with power, with panache, and with poise every time you're in public. Now, this week I'm still going to shed more light on the question that we gotten on the last episode and take it a little further. And so this week's question is still the same question that we examined last week, but from a different light. She says, Dami, please help. I do not comprehend what is happening to me. I'm a very confident person and have given speeches and presentations almost all my life. But I had a thesis presentation some weeks ago and I was actually trembling and my voice was shaking. Thank God it wasn't assessed. Please, how do I regain my confidence? I have another presentation to be assessed in 1 month. This could be the difference between a distinction and a merit from AFA in the United Kingdom. And this is a very significant question because at different times in all of our lives, we would ask the question, how do I regain my confidence? Life has a way of hitting you in different directions and beating you black and blue sometimes, that even if you were the most enthusiastic and energetic individual, you begin to wane in your passion and in your drive. And you discover that you're not as pumped up and as outgoing and as high-powered with high-octane energy as you used to be. So how do you regain your confidence when life hits you on the blind side? When you lose all the money in an investment? How do you regain your confidence when your loved one cheats on you, walks out on you? How do you regain your confidence when it feels like your world is literally crashing down? How do you do that? How do you do that? This week, we're talking about how to regain your confidence. Interestingly, the word confidence is from two words, two Latin word, which is con and fidon, or con and fidens, as you like it. And con basically means with, while fidon talks about faith. So confidence means with faith, having faith, being together with faith. How do you move from being anxious and depressed and nervous and uncertain and self-conscious to being that person who has a pep in his step or her step, who has a sense of orientation and direction in life, who has a sense of let's do this, I've got what it takes to crush it, to nail it, to take it to the next level? There are a few things you need to observe. The first thing you need to observe is that your confidence is essentially a function of your focus. Yeah, I said it. Your confidence is essentially a function of your focus. It's determined by what you focus on. Damn, shed more light on that. I need to understand what you're talking about. You see, everybody has good attributes and bad attributes. Well, I like to think everybody has a bit of both. In some cases has a lot of both. There are those who deal with a lack of confidence because they feel I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not bold enough, I'm not strong enough, I don't have what it takes. And as a person, I saw this at work in my life when I was a little child growing up in an environment that was not the nicest in terms of how they approached my height. And they would call me all kinds of names like Babake Kere or Kurubente or Too Short or when will you pay your developmental levy, and all of those nasty things that people told me in primary school. And because of that, I had an impact. It had an impact on the way I thought about myself, the way I viewed myself. And it took many years of discovering my gifts, my talents, my abilities, and who I was in God to be able to break through that barrier and barricade of low self-esteem and insecurity and uncertainty. And so for me, it was my height. It was how short I was. For you, it might be how ugly people say you are. It might be the fact that you struggled through school or you had the poorest of grades in your class. It could be because you're dealing with some spiritual challenges that have held you bound for so long. It could be because because of some things you did in your past, some mistakes you made last year or last week or last month. It could be because of some things that are just not adding up. Now, what you need to do is to understand that with all of those issues, complexities, crises, pains, difficulties, challenges, struggles, and hustle, you still have another part of your life. So for every pain, you have potential. For every misery, you have your ministry. For every struggle, you have some strengths. And what will determine your level of confidence is what you choose to focus on. Now understand this, even your most admired mentors and heroes and superheroes and champions, most of them are struggling in one way or the other. For those who seem to have it all in the private places, maybe in their marriage or their finances or the way they deal with God or relate with other people or handle their families, they have their challenges too. This is not to be condescending or disparaging in any sense. This is just to encourage you that regardless of how you feel, what you need to do is shift your focus. That's why the Bible says, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. In other words, changing your focus from your frailty to his strength available to you. Changing your focus from your limitations to his limitless abundance and infinite wisdom available to you when you look up to him as a function of your faith. It's a function of your focus. Why? Because whatever you focus on, you magnify. Whatever you focus on, you give life to. Whatever you focus on will increase in your life. So understand that, shift your focus from the things you don't have to the things you do have, from the struggles you're going through to the strengths that you have, from the challenges and the oppositions and the failures and disappointments and the naysayers and cynics and skeptics and opponents to the people you've been blessed with, the relationships, the friends, the fellowship, the family, the fun, the fans, the followers, the people that you've been blessed with. Shift your focus, and it's something you can do right now. Now, the more you shift your focus from the areas of inadequacy and challenge and strain and stress to the areas of strength and possibility in life and opportunity and upward mobility, the more confident you will become. Also understand that to boost your confidence, all you need to do is change your focus. And there are two cardinal changes you can make. The first one is to change what you think about. To change what you think about. And I talked about that elaborately in the last section. What you think about, you bring about. What you think about will manifest in your life. What you think about will incubate, because your mind is the womb of your life. And the thoughts you entertain are the seeds that go into that womb. Now, the more you retain them, you dwell on them, you give life to them, you add to them, the bigger they grow, the stronger they become, and the more prominent their manifestation will be in your life. So first of all, change what you think about. Change what you think about. If you consistently think about pornographic thoughts, you become a sex machine or a chamber in which sexual thoughts are festering and they're growing. If you think about the rejection you face as a child, the more rejection you will create. If you think about the failures you've had in times past, the more failure you're going to birth and give life to and multiply in your life. The second thing is to change how you think about what you think about. So sometimes the real deal is not what you're thinking about, but the real deal is how you're thinking about them. So case in point, let's say that you had a nasty experience where you lost a whole lot of money and you believed in the person who was supposed to be your investor or your hedge fund manager or your guide or your coach or financial mentor, and you've lost all of this money and you're thinking about it. Oh, I lost $1 million, or I lost $100,000, or I lost $10,000, whatever the amount is, doesn't matter, just for the sake of this illustration. Now, the longer you think about the money you've lost, the more handicapped you will feel, the more out of place you will feel, the more vengeful you will become, the more resentful of the party in question you will become. But when you switch it and say, well, I lost that money, but I consider it as my school fees, my tuition fees in life, in the University of Life. I consider that as a part of my down payment for my experience, my knowledge, my wisdom base. So now, based on the error I made the last time, I'm more knowledgeable and more confident to be able to analyze investment opportunities with greater accuracy, and I will not fall for the sweet words of the person who sold that opportunity to me in the first place. So sometimes it's really how you think about it, how you think about your experiences, how you interpret your experiences, how you interpret the things that have happened to you or the things that are happening around you. I honestly believe that this has been of tremendous benefit to you. If you like to further your education along those lines, you want to make sure that you fill in your name and email address in the web page or on the web page, publicspeakingmastermind.com, and over the next couple of weeks I'm going to send you information on new products along the lines of confidence and charisma and public speaking and the mountaintop speaker, and how to position yourself as a speaker and how to prosper as a public speaker. Meanwhile, let's stay connected on Twitter. I'm Damilola Online on Twitter, and on Facebook you can like my page. It's on facebook.com/Dami Oluwatoyinbo. And on YouTube, come on, get on YouTube and look through the video clips. There are, I believe, 50 of them right now that will greatly enrich you, expand your mind, and revitalize your spirit. I look forward to having you on one of the social media platforms. Don't forget to spread the link to this video. Spread the video, share with your friends, your fans, your followers, your family. Connect with somebody, be a blessing to somebody. And remember, you are the answer to somebody's question. You are the solution to somebody's problem. Go out there and make a positive difference, because the world is waiting for you.